0590, toll free 877-590 KLBJ. Join us. We're talking about the Scrooge. I'm calling him the Scrooge now, from the Wall Street Journal, that said if you got an iPad this year for Christmas, you are being a chump. It's just going to get boring. You won't be spending time with your family. Competitors are coming. They're going to come out with one bigger and better. You're going to get addicted and play all these games and waste your time. And to him we say, na boo boo, we got an iPad. Lydia, good morning. You're on KLBJ.
Hi, Lisa. It's so good to hear you on again.
Thanks.
I think it's so sad that no one loved that little Charlie Brown at the Wall Street Journal enough to get him the coolest toy in the world. It's awesome. And I have to be +1 for Angry Birds. It's spectacular.
Angry Birds again.
Yeah, it's awesome. They make another game called Cut the Rope, which is equally addicting. But have you seen Charadium for the iPad?
Oh, no, and I love charades.
It is so fun. It's like Pictionary, and you can play with iPad or iPhone users, but with the iPad, you have all that fun real estate to draw your pictures with, and it's a blast.
So tell me how many hours, and be honest, because nobody can see you. We can only hear you. How many hours do you spend a day or a week on your iPad playing games, not sending emails, but like playing games or searching the web?
Hours and hours and hours. I would be a good 3 hours every night, because I'm not good at sitting still and watching TV.
Don't you have laundry to do?
Well, that's what I told your screener is, we used to all complain that we were reading, that we'd sit around reading books and not doing our laundry. So I'm just trying to make the case that the iPad is just the new book.
Okay, well, that's a good point.
You can't do your laundry when you're reading a book either, Lisa Fritsch.
That's true. You have to time it right. You put it in the dryer, then you come back and read.
Right.
You got to get somebody else to fold it, though. That's the hard part. I can wash and dry all day long, but who's going to fold those sheets?
I hate the folding. We need a folding app.
We need a folding app. Bingo. Lydia, that's clever, baby. 2 points for you. It's 10:41 on News Radio 590 KLBJ. I'm Lisa Fritsch, sitting in for Todd Jeffries and Don Pryor. Don't go away. Speaking of things that are addictive, good morning. You're listening to KLBJ. I'm Lisa Fritsch, sitting in for the vacationing Todd Jeffries and Don Pryor. They'll be back with you next week. Thank you for being here this morning. I'm going to get back to some cool iPod apps because I have someone on hold who has a recipe app for me. I've been saving that one. I do want to throw this in here, though, for you, because I want to know who would turn down jobs in America right now with the economy the way it is and the unemployment rate hovering at nearly 10%. People do that if it's Walmart. Remember, we had the very same issue in Austin. They were going to build that big, huge Walmart with the auto center and the garden center, super Walmart with the foods and the groceries and all the regular Walmart products on Anderson Lane. They ended up building it, but they made it smaller, and all of these people protested. They didn't want a Walmart. A Walmart doesn't treat their people good. They pay crappy. Well, New York is having the same issue right now, that Walmart wants to build a store in one of the boroughs, maybe Queens or Brooklyn or something like that, but all these snobs think that they're too good for Walmart. Well, let me tell you something. All of those people who were complaining in the Northwest Hills area now, I have seen so many of you at Walmart buying bananas at 34 cents a pound because they're 48 cents at H-E-B. All those same people who are angry at Walmart are glad because now their son in high school can go work at Walmart part-time, make a check. You can go over there and get you some eggs, 18 eggs for $2.14. I'm serious. Why are people poo-pooing on Walmart all the time? Why is that? Walmart hasn't done anything to anybody. I actually worked at Walmart in Tyler when I was in high school. This should just show you how Tyler was. I was one of the customer service people who translated the Spanish. And boy, you should have seen the look on those Hispanic people's faces when they came to the counter and they needed a translator, and then I showed up. But hello, I was very good. Yo puedo hablar español muy bien. Muchas gracias. De nada. You want your cash back? 20, 40, 60, 81. Ching. 100. Muchas gracias. Tiene un buen día. Bienvenidos a Walmart. I sure did, baby. I hooked it up. I have no complaints about Walmart. But those same people who were protesting the Walmart in New York will be the first people lined up to buy their groceries. I will say, though, that the people on Anderson Lane shot themselves in the foot because they don't have the auto center or the garden center that they could have had. Now they're stuck with a little sawed-off Walmart. Guess they'll just have to make do. Okay, 836-0590. Toll-free 877-590 KLBJ. Adam on the toll-free.
Hey, Lisa, it's great to talk to you.
Good to talk to you.
I just recently got my wife, actually, for Christmas, an iPod, and they have a great app. It's for recipes, and it's just these three things you have to fill out. It's the main course, or not main course, but the main ingredient, the cook time, and something else I can't remember now. But if you can the type of meal, main ingredient, and the cook time, and if you have just like we had a lot of hamburger meat last night, and so we just filled in that thing, and then we shook the whole iPod, and the other two like randomly filled in, and it came up with some meatball thing or whatnot. It was wonderful.
Wow! So you tell it what you have on hand and how much time you have to cook, and it comes up with a recipe that you can make.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's called All Recipes is what it's called.
That's fabulous.
Really
I'm writing
fun,
that down. Thank you for holding for so long to tell me that. I'm so excited.
No problem. It's good to talk to you. I've never talked to you before, and I love listening to you.
Oh, thank you, Adam. It was nice talking to you, too. I sure appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You, too. 836-0590, toll-free, 877-590-KLBJ. We're talking about everything. I got to tell you, I didn't know that so many people were really addicted to the iPad. But, you do, I wonder, don't use your iPad in the car, though. You do know that people, even though texting and driving is illegal, I know for a fact, I pulled up next to friends of mine and their head is bent straight down, texting or doing something on that iPad. You know that it is. So don't use it in your car. Because the thing that makes it dangerous is it's so portable. You can take it everywhere. And you think you have 2 minutes at a stoplight to play a game. You don't do that. All right. Ooh, Paul. We got to get to Paul. Let's work him in. 836-0590, toll-free 877-590-KLBJ to join the program. Hello, Paul. Thank you for calling today. You're on KLBJ.
Good morning, Lisa. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay, well, I happen to be calling on a computer, and not a phone, a computer. Apple could be doing that, but they're not. They're not offering that. I won't go into that. I called about, I think people, we're developing two classes of people, a Borg society.
Okay.
I think there's going to be a biocomputer people that are hooked up, and at one point it's going to become mandatory to be hooked up in certain ways, and then you're going to have those class of people that will be really subhumans, more animals that are not hooked up. Matter of fact, I think our society, I think the human experience has already gone through that, and that's where we get the UFOs.
Are you saying we're becoming a bunch of droids? Now you do know you're calling it.
It's a mix. You've got to think on a different level. It's not you're not becoming a computer, but you're becoming a mix of the biological and the computer. I have a theory about life that maybe the biology is secondary life, and the computer is actually the first order of life, and God is actually more in tune with being a computer.
Well, Paul, maybe there's an app for what you just said. I don't know, because it was over my head. I don't know. I mean, I hope I don't turn into a half computer, I don't know what that was, but I appreciate the call, and calling from a computer, that's pretty forward thinking. All right, it's 10:52 on News Radio 590 KLBJ. We'll be right back.
See dealer for details.
to say I really love this song. This is No Doubt, right, with Gwen Stefani. Just a Girl. Not just a anything, baby. We're rocking this out. It's News Radio 590 KLBJ. I'm Lisa Fritsch. Just the girl sitting in for Todd Jeffries and Don Pryor this week. They're on vacation. We've had a really good show today. That was so fun talking about all that iPad stuff. The last caller, he kind of went over our head. No problem. We like all kinds. I do think maybe he didn't know he was calling at 10 a.m. Maybe he thought it was 10 p.m. I don't know. But one of my favorite things that I love about the end of the year is all of the lists that come out, you know, the best this and that, the best worst that and this of 2010. And this year, there's a lot of really interesting things that happened. Well, because politics played a really big role in 2010. But on the Huffington Post, one thing that caught my attention was the book section, right? Because I love to read. And I kind of thought, oh, let me see what the best books were of 2010. But they had this little section called the 18 biggest celebrity book deals of 2010. And as a writer, because really I write, but I was writing before I did talk radio. I've written a couple books and have not been able to really get them to take off. And I have a third book that I've written since doing a lot more, and I have high hopes for this book. And it's so hard to get a book deal right now because you basically have to be one of these, like be on a crazy game show or something, like eating your own arm, and then you can get a book deal, or, you know, have a sex tape. Oh, and then you can have a book deal. So it's a little bit digs in my craw when I read some of these books of 2010. I'm surprised that some of these people can even read. Okay? That they can even read and they've got a book. And if you think I'm being too harsh, let me tell you who some of the people are. I'm not surprised about Jay-Z. That's fine. He's a mogul. It's good. But how about the Kardashians? Love from the Kardashians? What in the world? Is anybody really reading this? And then The Situation. Snooki's got a book deal, and I can't sell a book. I mean, seriously, these people on Jersey Shore. Okay, quickly, we got to leave after this, but let's go to JR. You're on KLBJ.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just wanted to let you know I've been listening to you on and off today, and you have the intangible that we tend to call it. The way you handle the show, the way you handle the topics. Usually this is referred to in athletes, but I just really wanted to let you know that I feel you have it, and keep up the good work. And have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you. I wish you were a publisher. Thanks for your call, JR. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. That just makes my heart sore. Well, it's time to go, so y'all be good until tomorrow. See ya.